Okay, welcome back to another video on the Lead Exotic Essentials. My name's Edward. The YouTube streets need me, and I'm back. So, what we're doing today is we're reacting to the humiliating fate of the Republic Senate guards in the Empire. So, if you don't know Star Wars, so the Republic Senate guards were those blue troopers with the blue troopers, and they're blue armor, and it had the black visor, and you really didn't see them do much. The first time I really saw him was in Star Wars: The Clone Wars, when Cad Bane and a group of other bounty hunters went to steal what they stole, like a holocron. No, they didn't steal a holocron, but they invaded the Senate building. They hold some like senators hostage, and they stole something. But pretty much what I know about them is they just got completely bodied by Cad Bane and his bounty hunters because they was highly skilled people. They got sniped. They all got blown up. They didn't really do much. They was also in Revenge of the Sith too, but you still didn't see them do much. Then they got replaced by the Palpatine's Red Royal Guards. And then Cad Bane, he did take out the clones. Yep, and I really like the clones too, because I like Star Wars: The Clone Wars. That got me into Star Wars. Okay, let's go.
Senate guards of the Galactic Republic were among the most esteemed and prestigious positions one could attain outside of Jedi knighthood prior to the outbreak of the Clone Wars, as the Blue Armored Guardians protected the heart of the galaxy-spanning democracy. But once the Republic entered its twilight years in the very democracy the Senate guards protected became a shadow of its former self, following the...
You know, they look better over here towards the end when they have the bushy thing and they got capes. That's when they look good. But when they just have the helmet and the armor, they're not. They look better with this. This is their best design for their armor. Even though they barely don't. They're kind of useless to me. They don't really do anything. They don't really see much actions. That's kind of one thing with Star Wars. Not Star Wars, but one thing with the clones, like, that protected the Chancellor, the Coruscant Guard, is they always had a cushion. The other clones didn't like them because they weren't risking their neck. And they weren't out here fighting the war like the rest of them were. They were just sitting on Coruscant, being comfortable, dealing with, like, local criminals and stuff. They weren't doing anything major on Coruscant, while their other brothers was dying and sacrificing their lives to keep the Republic safe. They were just at their home, like not the home of the Republic on Coruscant, not doing much. It was a comfy job. They didn't really do much.
Rise of the Empire. What happened to the once honorable Blue Knights? Well, members of the once esteemed club came to meet quite a humiliating fate during the later years of the Empire, especially following the dissolution of the Imperial Senate. Prior to the construction of the first Death Star, the Republic Senate Guards largely retained their roles as protectors of the renamed Imperial Senate, though the quality of their ranks decreased over time, as the best and most ambitious of them came to take far more greater roles in the Empire, such as Royal Guards for Emperor Palpatine. Okay. Those that remained as Senate guards came to find their ranks becoming filled with corruption and nepotism, as the very thing they protected, the Imperial Senate and its members, became more of a symbolic gesture of the dying past and less of an actual important institution highly respected by the public. Once the Imperial Senate was dissolved days before the destruction of Alderaan, the Senate guards that remained were either retired or transferred to even more underwhelming positions. One of these positions included being relocated to serve as essentially security guards for the Imperial Museum on Coruscant, where their duties primarily involved them removing unruly citizens from the building and redirecting lost onlookers. Upon being mocked by some for their over-the-top outfits for such a casual role as security for just a museum, those that came to confront them in a fight found their lack of skills in combat to be pathetic, insulting them by suggesting that they were possible washouts of the Stormtrooper academies that had settled as security guards as a last resort. Nonetheless, it seems that under the Empire, most of the competent and ambitious Senate guards came to leave their prior roles to take on far more prestigious positions within the Imperial ranks, such as Royal Guardsmen or other elite posts. The rest of the Senate guards that remained or entered into its ranks over the years got their position.
Oh yeah, the Royal Guards too, with Palpatine, they're also real. Well, they're better than the Senate guards. Like they said, they became security guards at a museum, and then they just got laughed at for their uniforms and got beat up easily. That's sad. But with the Royal Guards, like especially before Disney canon, is like some of them will become like shadow troopers for Emperor Palpatine, where they'll like hunt like former Jedi or ex Jedi. I'm trying to think, what's it? Yeah, hunt former Jedi, and they'll teach, or maybe like yeah, they'll teach them, they'll train them. They'll be using like lightsabers, but it's a part of their staff, and it's on top. And I think some of those guards, but they was force sensitive, so that's why they became contract. They became like, what I'm trying to say here. They was contracted, not contracted. Like they moved up the ranks. If Palpatine found out they were force sensitive, he would use them to hunt down other Jedi. That's pretty much like Inquisitors. But that was in the Force Unleashed game. That's when they shined the best. Yeah, the Royal Guards for the Imperial for Palpatine were better than the Senate Guard. Pretty much, they're not the best. It's kind of embarrassing for them. Like if you're just a regular trooper and you didn't do much, that's what happened. You retired, or you do something underwhelming. But the most ambitious one became Royal Guards.
Due to their powerful family names, or simply to fill their pockets with the increasing corruption that took place. Once the Imperial Senate had its final nail hammered into its coffin, the guards that remained were simply reassigned to locations that saw no need for actual trained soldiers as protection, but rather to serve as just muscle to handle the occasional civilian unruliness. And in a way, them serving in the Imperial Museum was fitting, as they themselves were a relic of the past, standing around and doing nothing most of the time, just like the countless statues that filled the same hallways as them within the museum.
Well, yeah, that's what happens. Pretty much they're just a relic of the past. They didn't really do much. But yes, thank you. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Have a good day.